4 months ago, something like that, they send us to every flat in Barcelona, they send us letters. Hello everyone, good morning. How are you guys doing? Oh my goodness, today is a new day in Barcelona, and I say, hey Asia, you have some Barcelona questions, so why do you don't answer them? So here I am. So hello CJ Infinity, hello from Barcelona. You told me that you want to come to live here, and you asked 2 questions. Actually, you asked more, but I already answered them. So before I go with the questions which has to do with Airbnb and Uber, let me just thank you everyone who made possible one excellent thing: 1,000 subscribers. Thank you all of you guys who share my videos on Facebook and on Twitter and that hit the thumbs up button, because I really appreciate that. And we've reached 1,000 subscribers, which is not like a very bad number, but it's very bad, but it's good, it's good, it's bad. So I'm very happy to have done this. Yes. So as I was saying, CJ Infinity, if I'm not wrong with your name, you are saying, hey Adria, thank you so much for the video, blah 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 blah. With regard to tourism inflating rents and driving up prices, what are your thoughts on Airbnb and Uber? Yeah, you're right. First and foremost, Uber is the pronunciation, right? Uber was banned in Barcelona. Uber appeared in the US, in New York, I think they started there, or well, San Francisco, somewhere like that, in the US, and quickly after, not quickly, like, I don't know, maybe like 4, 5, 6 months later, it came to Spain. So they started operating in Spain, and when they started in Madrid and Barcelona, and when they came to Barcelona, all the people from the normal taxis, they said like, oh my god, they are killing our business. What is this? We cannot do with this, we cannot live. They're gonna just kill our business. They are gonna just leave us on the street. Did this happen in the US? Honestly, I mean, this really happened in the US. Is the people in the US, the taxi drivers now sleeping on the streets? Really? Is this the case? No, right? But well, in Spain it's different. You know this sentence, right? Spain is different. Spain is different. And why I say Spain is different? Because as soon as all the taxi drivers went to the streets, the government of Spain say, okay, wait a second, guys, wait a second. Don't worry, guys, we're just gonna ban them and problem is gonna be solved. Yeah, so that's what they did. They just got Uber, take out, go away. You cannot operate this here, because here we have some laws, some very nice laws, and we want to protect the taxi drivers, which is fine. But if you try to protect everyone, then there is no progress, no progress, because you want to protect, and progress is not advancing. So, well, that's how the cookie crumbles, as they say. That's how it works in Spain. Is different. Uber is banned. On the other side, and following your question, there is, what about Airbnb? What do you think about Airbnb? And Airbnb has been working in Spain for a lot of time, but the thing is that it has been popular, more and more popular in the recent like 4 years, 3-4 years. And that has caused a little bit of problem. Especially, I'm talking about Barcelona, which, as I always say, is a small city which has a lot of population, so a lot of flats in a very concentrated space. What's the problem with Airbnb in Barcelona? As you can see, and if you go to the Airbnb website, which I'm showing right over here, there are a lot of apartments over here, and this is nice, this is very nice, this is excellent, but there's a little bit one problem over here. Yeah, what's the problem? The people is buying apartments in Barcelona and just renting them for Airbnb. The problem is that they are not paying any tax. They are like doing like black money, not declaring the real money to the government and things like that, which is bad, but also at the same time is good. I mean, it's good for them, which are making money, but I think that's not the main problem. The main problem is, and I already said it in a previous video, the tourism. Yeah, the tourism. Tourism has exploded in the recent years in Barcelona. It's just unmanageable. I mean, you can search for it on the internet and you will find thousands of articles explaining how bad the tourism is in Barcelona. Bad because of the quantity. The quality is like more or less good, bad, medium, I would say, about the quality, but the quantity is super bad. It's full of tourists, Barcelona, and this Airbnb is doing exactly this, making it even grow more and more and more. So the problem is that people from Barcelona who lives here is getting less flats to rent, more expensive prices to rent and buy flats, because there are more reasons, but Airbnb is one of the reasons. People get flats to rent for Airbnb, so the people who live here cannot rent flats or cannot buy flats because they are all occupied for Airbnb. But that's not the main problem. That's one problem. There are many other problems. Like, for example, if you live in a flat with Airbnb people, and I know a friend who is living in a flat where there are more rooms for Airbnb. Okay, what happens? You get all day, night, all the time, people going up, going down, going up, going down, strangers in your flat, and this is not very good. And as it's not regulated by the government, this can cause big problems. So, people can come, can make noise, can make problems, and you cannot do anything because it's not regulated by the government. So it's a bit of a trouble. But on the other hand, I have to say that I love Airbnb. I've used it sometimes and it's actually quite nice, but it also has some problems, as I'm saying, especially for a small city like Barcelona. So that's my opinion, and that's what I think about Airbnb. I don't know, honestly, I don't know what is the solution. I don't know what you guys think about the solution. So far in Barcelona, they want to remove them. Actually, I will tell you something. Like 4 months ago, something like that, they send us to every flat in Barcelona, they send us letters saying like, hey guys, if you have some flat, like any other flat in your building which is doing this, renting their flat in Airbnb, please report it to the police because this is illegal. So I don't think that's very good to do it, and I didn't like this letter, and actually nobody who I speak with really liked this letter, but yeah, they did it. They sent the letters to all the flats in Barcelona, and I don't know what happened, but I know that they want to ban this and they want to not allow this. I would say even more, if you're planning to come to Barcelona, or if you are living in Barcelona and you are not the owner of the house, so you are renting a house, so you are like the person who lives in the house and it's paying to someone else, so you are living like us, for example. This house is not our house, we are paying a rent every month. So if you are like us living here, it's against the contract. First, it's illegal, and second, it's against the contract to rent rooms. So this is very strict, and I know people which had problems with this. So they were in a flat, renting and living in the flat, and they said, oh, we have an extra room, so why not rent it in Airbnb? So they put an ad there on Airbnb, and like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month later, the owner of the house came and said, hey, you are renting your room in my flat, and the contract says that you cannot rent the rooms, so you have to stop doing this right now. So yeah, this is a very problem, and you have a big problem, and you need to take that into account. So if you want to move to Barcelona, take that into account, that you won't be able to rent rooms unless you have your own flat, which is still illegal, but you will not have the problem of the owner of the flat. If you want to do it the legal way, my goodness, be prepared to pay to the government, because you will need license A, license B, license C, the paper A, paper B, paper C, pay this tax, this other tax, this other tax, and at the end of the month, maybe you get 1 or 2 euros if you don't have to pay them. So it's like not really the good way or ideal situation, honestly. As I said, I really like, so that as a conclusion, I really like Airbnb. I've used it several times, not in Barcelona, but when I travel somewhere else, I've used it several times. I really like how it works, but you know, the problem with the massification, right? It gets worse and worse and worse. And honestly thinking, I don't know what is the solution. So if you guys know a solution, don't write it in the comments. Just send a direct mail to the government of Spain or to Airbnb, because I don't work for Airbnb, so I cannot do anything. So yeah, that's my opinion. And I don't know. What do you think, guys? I'm really curious, how is this in your country where you live? Because I know a lot of people use Airbnb in the US, but I don't know if it's regulated, it's not regulated, or what happens. And I'm also curious about Uber, because when it came here, I couldn't use it because it's like, it didn't stand like a lot. It was like 2 weeks maybe, because all the taxis went to the street and say, no, this cannot happen, this cannot happen. So I couldn't even try it. But I've seen some people in the US which uses Uber quite a lot, and I'm curious if it works well and how it works with the taxis. Alright, so with that being said, I think it's time now to end this very nice explanation video. And as I always say, if you have more questions, just leave a comment down below and I will collect them, slowly collect them, and then make a video. And if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. Oh yeah, goodbye, see you tomorrow, bye.